everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a collaboration with the YouTuber Amina. So we decided to make a cake with almonds, whipped cream and strawberries, and each one of us will do it her own way. So this is Amat's cake. It's mini cake with strawberries, almonds and whipped cream. It's looking very delicious. So don't forget to go to her channel, watch the video and all of her videos, and subscribe to her channel too. And all the links will be listed down below the video. And me today, I'm gonna make this beautiful ombre pink cake. It's a mini cake flavored with almonds and layered with whipped cream and strawberries. It's really delicious and easy, and all the ingredients will be listed down below the video as usual. And don't forget to follow me on social media. And now let's start. So of course, first thing I'm gonna do is the cake batter. I have here some softened butter. It's at room temperature. I'm gonna put it in my bowl of my stand mixer. Then I'm gonna cream it for a few minutes, maybe 3 to 4 minutes, until it has a creamy consistency or a creamy texture. Just like that. It has to be creamy. Then I'm gonna add my white sugar and then continue beating on medium to high speed for about 3 to 4 minutes until you notice the sugar is dissolved in the butter and it's well combined. So that's looking good. Now I'm gonna start adding the eggs. I have here 4 eggs. I'm gonna add them to the mixture while the stand mixer is running. I'm gonna add them one at a time and continue mixing for additional few minutes until everything is well combined. Here I'm adding some milk. Continue mixing. Now I'm gonna add some vanilla extract. So mix it very well. And now I'm gonna move on to my dry ingredients. I have here some flour. I added to it some baking powder and some salt. Give it a slight mix. And then I'm gonna add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients along with some almond meal. So now you wanna mix it very well. You wanna mix everything together until the flour is well combined with the wet ingredients. But you don't want to overmix it, otherwise you'll have a tough cake. So that's looking good. Now because I'm doing 4 shades of pink, I want to divide the batter into 4 equal amounts. So I'm dividing the batter into 4 bowls, putting 1 ladle at a time so that I have equal amounts in each bowl. So that's looking perfect. Now I'm gonna start coloring the batter. I'm using here some red food coloring, and you want to start with the lightest shade. So in the first bowl I added 1 drop, then I added 2 drops. So it all depends on the shades that you like. And I prefer starting with the lighter shade because you can go back if you add too much food coloring. So starting little by little is always the perfect choice. So for example, I added just 2 drops for the first shade, for the lighter one. And I started increasing the food coloring as I'm going for the darker shade. So you want to play around with it until you have the shades that you like. So I have here a cake pan. It's 23 centimeters. I've buttered it very well and lined it with some parchment paper. So I'm gonna start baking the cakes now. I have my oven preheated at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It's about 180 Celsius. And you want to bake each cake for about 20 to 25 minutes. Now if you have 4 cake pans of the same size, you can totally bake them at once if you have a large oven. But what I'm doing here is that I'm baking each cake on its own and I'm using the same pan. And as I said, each cake took about 20 to 25 minutes in the oven. Now after baking the cakes, you want to let them cool completely on some cooling racks. And then you want to let them in the fridge for about half an hour so that they cool completely, so that when you cut them, they don't fall apart. And for cutting the cakes, I'm using today my cookie cutter, my round shaped cookie cutter. And it should be a very good cookie cutter. And if you have those metal ones, that's even better, because you should have a very nice and clean cut. So each one large cake will give you 3 or 4 round mini cakes. It depends on the size of the cookie cutter. So you would get 3 to 4 mini cake out of each shade. And of course all these leftovers, I didn't throw them, I used them for another recipe. Now for the layers of the cake, I'm using here some whipped cream. I added to it some strawberries, some crushed strawberries. I just processed them in my food processor. And here I'm starting layering the cake. I started with the darker shade in the bottom. I spread some strawberry whipped cream, then topped it with the next shade. Then a little bit of whipped cream, spread it evenly. Then I'm putting the lighter shade, and then more of that strawberry whipped cream. And finally, I finished it with the lightest shade. Now for the top, I'm using these additional whipped cream, but these don't have strawberries in them. I just added a tiny bit of food coloring so that it has like a pinkish color. And I spread it on the top of the cake. And I just made some random designs using my knife. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect, it's homemade after all. And here I'm adding some sugar pearls. I'm putting them around the cake. They add something extra to the cake. They give it a nice shape. And finally, I'm topping the cake with a sliced strawberry. And here you have it. I actually really like how it turned out. It's looking really beautiful, and the cake itself, it's really delicious. So don't forget to go to Amal's channel and check her video out and subscribe to her channel too. So that was it for today. I hope that you enjoyed the video and liked the recipe. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and check out my other videos. And I will see you soon. Bye!